Hey, what's up, guys? It's Combo here, bringing you guys some Black Ops gameplay with the L96 sniper rifle. So, I haven't brought you guys any sniping in a while, so I decided to use this gameplay. It's nothing really special, so not a huge score or anything like that. But I thought I'd bring you guys some Black Ops because haven't brought you snipers in a while or some Black Ops. So I hope you guys do enjoy that. And I wanted to try something out differently in terms of commentary today. This was actually suggested to me by Fate. If you guys know him, I'll put his channel in the description. He basically suggested this to me. We were talking on Skype the other day, yesterday actually, and I was asking him for commentary topics or even suggestions or tips, if you will. Because his channel is great in the sense that he always has a really interesting topic to talk about in commentaries, and he can he's very insightful, I guess, like with his topics. So I was basically asking him how he came up with some interesting topics to talk about every time, and he kind of suggested this idea to me. So I'm gonna give it a try here, and if you guys like it, let me know. If you don't like it, also let me know. But I think I was gonna try it maybe once a week or something like that. But it's basically where I find an article that's interesting to me on, say, Yahoo News or Yahoo.com or whatever, just any news article, and I'll kind of give you guys the gist of it and kind of put my opinion on this and what I think about it and all that kind of stuff. So, like I said, if you like it, let me know, and if you don't, let me know too, because I thought this was a pretty good idea, and I like to give it a try. So. Basically, what today's article is about is something that's always been pretty interesting to me. Like, ever since I was like in second or first grade, we've been taking trips. Like, my school took trips to the middle school, like the elementary schools, um, and we basically went to the planetarium that was at the middle school. And there would be a teacher that would teach us about like stars and all that kind of stuff, and planets and galaxies, which is all like very interesting stuff to me. But the planetarium has since been closed down, unfortunately, because of funding. Like nobody has the money for it anymore. I remember there was like a giant petition thing on Facebook, but I guess we lost the battle, and they don't. I don't believe they have the planetarium anymore. But it was a nice one. It was a full like dome circle kind of thing. But like I said, they had to shut it down at our middle school, so that kind of sucked. But I remember a lot of the times I would be very interested in what we were learning during those field trips to the planetarium, and we kind of talked about maybe life on other planets and all that kind of stuff. We learned the stars and the constellations and all that stuff. But basically, like I found this article, like I said, it's pretty interesting to me, and the title is called "Tens of Billions of Habitable Worlds in the Milky Way." And basically, you guys who aren't, really fans of space or anything like that, the Milky Way is our galaxy. It's the one we live in, and we're in a solar system with the sun, obviously. And basically, what this article is about is that a new estimate by scientists that suggests that there's tens of billions of planets that could possibly sustain life in our galaxy alone. And that's kind of an interesting number because if you think of tens of billions just in a single galaxy of planets that could support life. There's billions of other galaxies out there, further than we have ever, even have looked through a telescope and all that kind of stuff. There's just unlimited, like the number that like of total planets that could sustain life in the universe is just crazy to think about because it's basically unlimited. What we know about space right now is not. We don't really know much about space, but based on this estimate, there's definitely some planets that probably have life out there, and it's kind of stupid that we haven't really, in my opinion, discovered life yet. Maybe our technology is not that good enough to look far enough, or I guess accurately enough, or whatever. But basically, like I said, there's a number of ways that they came up with this estimate. It's pretty cool how they do this, but basically, like you have to be in the right. It's called the habitable zone. We're a perfect example of that. We're not too far or close to our sun, where we're at the perfect distance to have liquid water on our surface and all that kind of stuff. Liquid water is a necessity for life. If you guys all know that, and we all living beings need water to survive. So basically, that's the number one thing when scientists look for planets that could possibly have life on it. They look for water first. And like I said, you have to be in the habitable zone to basically have water. There's been actually some, I don't know if this is true, I think it is. I don't know if any like full proof or anything, but I think one of Jupiter's moons actually is a frozen body of water. But I mean, liquid water must be able to sustain, must be there to sustain life on the planet. So they look for water for one thing, and then they also look for where the planet is based on the galaxy, like where it is in the galaxy, because galaxies are huge. Like they're hundreds of thousands of light years across if you were to fly it at the speed of light and all that kind of stuff. But if I read this a while ago, but it also depends where you are in your galaxy. So it's like kind of it's a tough number, but yet we have tens of billions. So that's a huge like kind of number that you could put out there. Um, but also, I've been watching also like when it's on, it doesn't really come on much, but uh, there's a show on the History Channel, I believe it's called Ancient Astronauts or Aliens or whatever it's called. But it's that show's pretty interesting. Like they show some things in the past that are basically unexplainable, such as like the building of maybe pyramids or huge rock structures that no man could ever really move by themselves. And they basically suggest like ideas that aliens could have possibly visited Earth in the past to help us build these like ancient pyramids and all these kind of stuff and all these structures, and it's pretty interesting to me. It's an interesting idea that we've actually been visited in the past by extraterrestrials, and even now with some weird UFO like sightings and all that kind of stuff. But you never know with governments like we have today, especially in the U.S. Like they tend to hide a lot of stuff to the public, and they don't release it and all that kind of stuff. But you never know, especially with space, they like to hide things and all that kind of stuff. But that's pretty much the topic, guys. Let me know if you enjoyed the commentary or not, and I'll be sure to continue or discontinue this in the future. So I'll see you guys later. Hope you enjoyed, and peace.